Elon Musk? You know him. The tech mogul who revolutionized electric cars with Tesla and dreams of colonizing Mars with SpaceX. His name is synonymous with innovation and ambition. And then there's Whoopi Goldberg, you know her too, the iconic actress, comedian and co-host of the popular talk show The View. She's a household name, known for her sharp wit and candid opinions. She's not just an actress, she's a cultural commentator and a beloved figure in entertainment. Now, these two titans of their respective fields are locked in a fierce legal battle. Musk is suing Goldberg for a whopping $80 million. His reason, defamation. He claims that her comments on national television have severely damaged his reputation. He says she hurt his reputation, portraying him in a false and damaging light. It all started on The View, where Goldberg and her co-hosts were discussing Musk's latest ventures and public statements. During the discussion, Goldberg and her co-host made some critical comments about Musk's behavior and business practices. They didn't hold back, and their remarks were quite pointed and critical. Musk didn't find it funny. He felt that the comments were not just jokes, but harmful statements that could affect his public image and business. He says their words were false and damaging, crossing the line from humor into defamation. Now, this case raises big questions about the balance between free speech and protecting one's reputation. What happens when free speech clashes with someone's reputation? Can public figures be criticized without crossing legal boundaries? Can you joke about powerful people without facing legal repercussions? This lawsuit could set a precedent for how far satire and criticism can go. Get ready for a wild ride through the complex world of lawsuits, free speech, and comedy. This case is sure to spark debates and could change the landscape of public discourse. Elon Musk calls himself a free speech absolutist. He has often taken to social media to express his views on the importance of allowing people to voice their opinions freely without fear of being silenced or censored. He believes people should be able to say almost anything without censorship. This belief has driven many of his actions and statements, especially on platforms like Twitter, where he is known for his unfiltered and often controversial posts. But here's the thing, even free speech has limits. The law recognizes that certain types of speech can cause harm and therefore need to be regulated. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater. This classic example illustrates how speech that can cause panic and harm is not protected. And you can't lie about someone to hurt them. That's called defamation. Defamation laws exist to protect individuals from false statements that can damage their reputation. Musk argues that's exactly what Goldberg did. He claims her statements were not just offhand remarks, but calculated attempts to tarnish his image. He says her comments weren't just jokes. They were serious allegations that could have real-world consequences for him and his businesses. They were deliberate attacks on his character. Musk believes that allowing such statements to go unchallenged would set a dangerous precedent. Musk believes this lawsuit is important. It's not just about his personal reputation, but about upholding the principles of truth and accountability. He wants to protect his reputation. He feels that his credibility is crucial for his role as a leader and innovator. He also wants to send a message that free speech comes with responsibility and that false statements will not be tolerated, a message to anyone who might want to say bad things about it. He aims to show that there are consequences for spreading falsehoods. So, what exactly did Goldberg say that caused such a stir? She and her co-hosts were discussing Musk's behavior in detail. They talked about his tweets, his business dealings, and even his personal life. Some of their comments were sarcastic, others were downright critical. They questioned his motives and actions. They made fun of his public persona, often with biting humor. Musk says these comments weren't just harmless jokes or light-hearted banter. He claims they painted him as a reckless billionaire who doesn't care about others' well-being. He says these statements hurt his business and reputation, and they caused him significant emotional distress. Now he wants Goldberg to pay the price for her words. A courtroom showdown? Goldberg's defense is simple. She says she was just expressing her opinion, a right she believes is protected under the First Amendment. She argues that her comments on The View were part of a larger discussion about a public figure, a common practice in media. She claims her words were protected by the First Amendment, which guarantees freedom of speech and expression. This is where things get tricky. The line between defamation and commentary can be blurry, especially in the fast-paced world of media. Courts have to decide whether the statements were made with actual malice, a legal standard that requires proof of intent to harm. That means the speaker knew the information was false or acted with reckless disregard for the truth, a high bar to meet. This case will likely hinge on that definition, making it a landmark for future defamation cases. Did Goldberg cross the line, or was she simply exercising her right to free speech? Or was she just doing her job as a commentator, providing her audience with her perspective? The outcome of this lawsuit could have major implications for free speech, potentially altering the landscape of media commentary. It could impact how media outlets report on powerful figures, influencing the way journalists approach sensitive topics. And it could shape the future of comedy in the age of social media, where the line between humor and harm is constantly being tested.